Alireza freaking Firouzja sacrifices 3 pawns in the opening in the spirit of Garry Kasparov and Mikhail Tal combined together. Welcome to this fantastic and marvelous chess brilliancy by Alireza Firouzja with 99% accuracy in rapid online chess game against Grandmaster Pranseh. This is a fantastic chess game and Alireza is playing with the black pieces. White Pranseh, his username is Artun, kicked off with pawn to e4 and Alireza respond with his love Sicilian defense. And now we have pawn to f4. This move is considered to be dubious. And I remember a famous game between Nigel Short and Garry Kasparov, which in that game, Garry Kasparov responded with pawn to d5. This is a pawn sacrifice from black, because when you take, we don't want to take back, because if we take back, you just play knight c3, but we play knight f6. Now you can defend your pawn with c4, or better, first give a check on b5, and after knight d7, you can defend your pawn with pawn to c4. And now white is a pawn up in the center, so why black just sacrifice the pawn like this? Alireza will tell us. Pawn to a6, go away. If you take on d7, then I will take back with the bishop, and I have 2 bishops and very good control over the light squares. You have many problems on the light squares. So Pranseh understandably plays bishop a4, and which is a dubious move. And now look what Alireza comes up with. Pawn to b5 and another sacrifice. He sacrificed another pawn. C takes b5. What is this? Knight to b6, another fantastic move. You can take this with check. And he takes it. Knight takes a4, great move. Queen takes a4, bishop to d7, and queen c4. White has 8 pawns. Yes, shattered pawns. But black has only 5 pawns. So white is 3 pawns up in this position. But his position is worse. As you can see, it's minus 0.5 for black. And Alireza plays another pawn move. Is this another pawn sacrifice? Takes and takes back. Look at this wonderful domination by Alireza Firouzja in this game. He's going for the domination like Garry Kasparov. Queen b5 check, come back. I'm playing with tempo. Go back and bishop to e7. Look, all of black's pieces are developed. He's going to castle, and look at your king. And look at your pawn. This bishop is not in the game. It will not come out of the game. Knight to f3, only move for white to not lose. And now we have castle. Rook e8 is coming. He plays knight d5 and rook e8. If you take here, I guess there are so many ways for black to win. So white should castle and should run away. And now bishop d6. You can no longer take, and there is a pin here. What to do with the white pieces? He cannot develop his pieces. He has problems. Of course, it was probably better to play d3 or something like this, but he says, okay, if I play d3, maybe a6 is hanging. I should keep my pawns. I don't know. b3, let's develop if I manage to play bishop b2, then everything is fine. But Alireza just goes back with bishop c8. Give me your pawn. I'm going to take on a6 with big tempo. I'm threatening to win an exchange here, and so you don't have time to play bishop b2. Best move was again d3. It's just a way to bail out. I'm not sure. Maybe he was afraid of take, and queen d4 check in this position exists, and the rook will fall. So it's very hard to play in this position. That's why he played queen f2, maybe anticipating this thing that if you take, there is no longer queen d4. But black just simply comes up with another brilliancy and a very, very super brilliant move. Sacrifice the rook on e5. Fantastic move by Alireza Firouzja. And after f takes e5, bishop takes e5, you need to believe that he is a genius. With this bishop e5, now he's threatening the rook. But more importantly, I'm going to play bishop d4, winning your queen. And this is just game over. Believe it or not, white is crashed. This is move what? Move 19, and white is crashed. It just continues for the sake of continuing. Queen to f3, and we have bishop to g4. Bishop d4 check was also good, but just consider here queen is attacking this a8 rook, so you need to move the bishop. Queen to b7, putting some pressure. Just give me your bishop, give me your rook. knight to c3. Okay, I'll just take this, and in this position, okay, white says I won a lot of pawns in the opening. I have still some chances. Bishop coming to g5, but Alireza says, okay, you know what? I have another trick in my hand. So bishop e2. You need to move this. Rook e1. Bishop takes a6. Go away. And this is fantastic chess by Alireza. All of the moves are great. Queen c6. Queen c8, okay, queen d5 also exists, but queen c8, just I'm a piece up, and the best way to win this game is to trade the pieces, because if this c5 pawn fall, then you might end up with some problems. But queen c8, okay, white decides to not trade, and now bishop b7. This long diagonal is weakened. My bishop is superior than your bishop, and more importantly, a2 is hanging. He just plays bishop g5, thinking that, okay, I'm attacking this and I'm creating some chances, but Alireza says there is no chance for you left. g2 is hanging and you're going to lose this game. You cannot take on f6 because of rook takes g2 check. If you come here, queen f5, I guess it's just checkmate, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just checkmate. And if you go here, I believe rook g3, you need to give up your queen and it will still be checkmate. So, fantastic game. Let's go and review what happened in this game. This is Sicilian defense, this f4 so-called Grand Prix attack, but with knight, if you want to play Grand Prix attack, you need to play knight c3 and then f4. This is exactly why players are starting with knight c3, because if you start with f4, then black has this d5 break, this ideal dream of the Sicilian defense. And when you take, your pawn structure will be shattered, they will be separated from each other, and now black is going to use it. This pawn on f4 is a very awkward pawn. I mean, it's the worst kind of pawn that you can have, because it will limit your own pieces. Now knight f6, if I'm just going to take back on this pawn, and your pawn is on f4, imagine when your king is going here, your king will also be weak. We saw it in the game. So you play bishop b5 check, with some hope that I won a pawn. Okay, if I will be able to do these things, I'm okay, but now a6. Okay, you should have taken here, but still, black can take back. b5 is coming, e6, great counter chances on the white squares will come for the black, and I will actually prefer this position against anyone, any day of the week, with the black pieces. Bishop a4, and now b5, a great move from Alireza. This is a way to refute this line from black. And now knight b6. Knight d5 was also good, but knight b6. 3 pawns in white's pocket, but he's losing. I mean, I don't see any chances in these kind of positions for white. He's just busted in this position. He's just busted in this position. Like bishop d6, rook e8 is coming. And as you can see now, we can see there are problems for white. Like if d3, he could have been more resilient with d3, but with b3, he created more problems for himself, because now this diagonal, both are weak, and perhaps you cannot defend this game anymore. And he played queen f2, and this brilliant move by Alireza Firouzja, sacrificing the rook, and bishop takes e5. Amazing play afterwards, and then just winning this game. I hope you enjoyed this game. This was in spirit of, most probably in Garry Kasparov, sacrificing the pawns in the spirit of Mikhail Tal, but domination and perfect play by both. Most probably in Garry Kasparov. You can write down in the comments whom do you think this game is inspired by, Kasparov, Tal, or someone else. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember always to enjoy chess and